chair first. I think Ryan Kiefer brought
I think we're about to get started, so everybody can find a chair really quickly. We'll get things rolling. So I've got 3 candidates, so that's a good sign. You guys, let me know when you're ready in the back.
We're ready to go.
You're ready. All right. Hope I'm ready. All right. Good evening and welcome. My name is Trista Fugate and I'm United Power's Chief Marketing Officer. I have the pleasure of emceeing tonight, so you're going to be hearing a lot from me as well as from our candidates. Thank you to everyone that is attending here in person and also to those that are joining us online for our Meet the Candidates event. This event is intended to provide cooperative members the opportunity to learn more about the 2025 United Power Director candidates. Before we get started, I would like to recognize members of the Cooperatives and Qualifications and Election Oversight Committee. This member-led committee reviewed all of our director candidate applications and petitions that were submitted for this year, and they certified our candidates for us. So they certified these good folks up here. Committee members will also then oversee our election process, reviewing and ruling on any questionable ballots that may be submitted. So members present tonight are, and I sure hope I have everybody's names, Committee Chair Dale McCall. They're all seated up here in the front row. Heather LaCrue, Carrie Fair, Simone Jones was not, yes, thank you, Simone. Linda Young, and Miss Rachel Nunez. Thank you all so much for all that you've done thus far. You're going to continue to work a little bit more for us, so thank you. Additionally, members of the United Power Board whose seats are not up for election this year and that are joining us this evening include Jenny Busick from our North District, Brad Case representing our South District over here, and we also have with us Tamara Walkmap from our Mountain District. And I think Steve Whiteside just poked in, also from our Mountain District, standing in the back. So welcome to our directors as well. Finally, we also have several key United Power staff members in attendance, including our president and CEO, Mark Gabriel. You'll hear from him in a minute. We also have, let's see who's on the list, team members representing the member and community engagement department. Those folks are Brian Glenn, Kevin Kildo, Heidi, where are you? There you are on the back, Heidi Stores, Zach Kinder, and Laurel Eller working our AV for us. And you might see Caroline Pacheco walking around, taking pictures. Smile, please. We need photos. Happy people photos. And then from our executive department, we have Anna Pollock and Sherry Simmons, and they're in the lobby area. They helped put this evening on tonight, so thank them both a lot. So at this time, I'd like to invite CEO Gabriel to the podium to offer some welcoming remarks. Mark?
Thank you, Trista. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming. Special thanks also to the committee to help through this process. One of the things, the best parts about running a cooperative is the cooperative difference, which are elected board members. Over the last 4 years, the board has had to make some really tough and exciting decisions. And coming up on 4 years on Saturday, shocking enough. But the value of the board and the connection to the community is really a huge difference in how we operate. And it helps literally in our day-to-day operations when we get laws that might be passed that could restrict what we do. The fact that we've got an elected board of directors at the Golden Dome gives us a very strong way to think about things. So again, welcome here to United Power. Thanks so much to the candidates, the existing board members that I see out there, and certainly my staff who's done an amazing job in putting this all together. So thank you.
thank you to all of our attendees this evening. And one of the most powerful things about being a member of a cooperative is your ability to select your leadership. The annual director election is an important way you can leverage your membership. As a not-for-profit electric distribution cooperative, we do not work for shareholders. We work for our members. You, our members, select the leaders who will set the direction for this cooperative, from establishing performance goals to considering and improving the rates you pay for electric service. These decisions are made by our democratically elected board of directors. That is why it's important that every member takes the opportunity to learn about our candidates and cast a ballot for the people they feel will best represent them and their interests. While each of our board members represents a defined district, they all serve at large, which means members should vote for a candidate in each district up for election. Ballots will be mailed tomorrow, Friday, March 14th. You may complete and send back your ballot via mail, or you can vote via our online portal, just logging into your United Power account, either online or by using the United Power app. Electronic voting opens tomorrow. Both the mail packet and ballot packet and our online portal online portal will include statements from each of our candidates. So please be sure to take a look at this information and cast your ballot. Okay, the fun part starts. Y'all excited? Okay, all right, I have a few more words and then y'all get to say a lot of words. All right, so bear with me. All right, this year, seats in 3 of the cooperative's 4 director districts are up for election. In a moment, each candidate will be introduced and invited to provide an opening statement. At the conclusion of all the candidate statements, candidates will then answer 3 questions. These questions were provided ahead of today's event. Following the questions and candidates' prepared responses, if we have any questions from the floor, we will take 1 or 2 of those additional questions. Questions from the floor must be directed to our candidates, and as such, all candidates will have an opportunity to answer them. If it is more appropriate for a cooperative staff member to answer the submitted question, a member of the United Power team will follow up with the person who asked the question, so please be sure to include your name and preferred contact information. With that little bit of housekeeping, let's get started. So, at this point, each candidate may provide a 3-minute opening statement from their seats. They don't need to come up here. No walking involved, no tripping involved. Qualifications and Election Oversight Committee member, Rachel, you have a nice name tag on you, will be keeping time for us tonight. She will raise a yellow card when you have 1 minute left, and then when you have reached your allotted time, she will raise that red card. So please be sure to keep an eye on Miss Rachel. Okay. Rachel can do this, she can do this, just kidding. I would like to introduce our candidate in the North District race, incumbent Director Ursula Morgan. Take it away, Ursula.
Thank you. I was out of town, so I prepared things to say, and they're on my paper, so I'm going to be reading a lot tonight, but I'm trying to keep it short since I don't have an opponent. It's truly an honor to come before you tonight. I've had the privilege of serving United Power members since 2013, and during that time, I've served our cooperative and watched our cooperative evolve into ways that make me incredibly proud. But the one consistent thing throughout this journey has been our commitment to our core values that make United Power what it is today: reliability, responsibility, and service to our community. As your current board chair and as a fellow member since 1995, I'm deeply invested in the success of United Power, just not as a utility provider, but as an essential part of our community. My family, like your family, relies on the service we provide, and I am committed to ensuring that we continue to offer reliable, affordable, and safe power for generations to come. Thank you.
Ursula. Next, we'll hear from our Central District candidate, incumbent Director Keith Alquist.
You know, I'm running unopposed, so I just want to let everybody know that. I'm not going to repeat my candidate qualification statement that has already been printed for the United United Newsline and is online on our website. Since first running for the board of directors over 7 years ago, I stated that electric distribution, generation, and transmission are serious and complicated businesses. United Power has an obligation to serve all of the member owners in our trade area. This means that finding a balance between customer needs and wants, technology advancements, state and federal regulations, the threats of wildfires, continual equipment replacements and upgrades, safety issues, continued increase in the cost of everything, and many more issues. Thankfully, the details of these day-to-day issues are handled by a very trusted and qualified staff. The board's main responsibility is governance. The board hires the president and CEO, the company attorney, and the third-party auditor. The president and CEO hires the rest of the staff and takes care of everything else. We are involved in the rate approval process, the budgeting approval process, the audit review, the strategic planning process, and governance. This all leads up to high-level goals of reliability, affordability, resilience, and safety to all over member owners and of United Power and in the employees and everybody else in the communities. So the board represents you, the residential customers, small businesses, large businesses, industrial, large industrial, agriculture, and oil and gas customers. And we are deeply involved in the support of the communities we serve. I am honored to be your director from the Central District and will continue to represent all of your interests.
Thank you, Keith. Providing his candidate statement next is Ryan Kiefer from the South District.
Good evening. My name is Ryan Kiefer. I'm running because I believe in the strength of cooperative energy. The responsibility we share to ensure that United Power remains a leader in safe, reliable, and affordable electricity for all members. Our energy future is changing, and we need experienced, forward-thinking leadership to navigate the challenges ahead while keeping costs in check and reliability high. With a background in electrical utility, wildfire mitigation, and safety culture, I've worked with some of the nation's largest utilities, including PG&E, SDG&E, Duke, and Entergy. I understand the complexities of grid resilience, risk management, and the investments needed to keep our power reliable and secure. As your representative on the United Power Board, I will focus on 3 key priorities: safety and reliability, through strengthening infrastructure, advancing wildfire mitigation strategies, and modernizing our grid to prevent outages and protect our communities. I'm also going for affordability and member advocacy, fighting to keep rates fair, improving transparency, and ensuring our cooperative work supports members, not outside interests. Finally, focusing on energy innovation and independence. Do this through expanding local energy generation, storage, and smart technologies to give United Power more control over its future and keep rates stable. This election isn't just about keeping the lights on. It's about building a stronger, smarter, and more resilient cooperative for the future. It will be my privilege to earn your vote and your trust. Thank you for being here tonight, and I look forward to our discussion.
Thank you, Ryan. We do have one final candidate, incumbent director Beth Martin for the South District. Unfortunately, Beth had an emergency today that kept her from joining us tonight. She wanted me to pass along her sincere apologies for her unavoidable absence. So, my thoughts are with that. With opening statements completed, we will now turn our attention to the question and answer portion of our program. Each candidate will be asked the same 3 questions and will have 2 minutes to respond. So 1 less than opening statements, okay? 2. Again, our qualifications and election oversight committee member, Rachel, will keep time. So look for that yellow card at 1 minute and the red card to stop, all right? Candidates, are we ready for our first question? All right, let's get started. Tell us about Ursula. Sorry, Ursula's starting. No, you're not starting. Keith is starting. They're reading their script and I'm not. So they know what's going on, but I don't know what's happening. Apologies, Keith. Let's get started. Tell us about your past experience as a board member or in a professional capacity that may be relevant to this board seat.
Well, I was the vice president and CFO of American Pride Co-op here in Brighton for over 20 years. It is now called Xfinity. A few years ago, Eden, Colorado, and Eggland up there, and American Pride Co-op joined forces to form Xfinity. I've been a member of the NSAC, which is the National Society of Accountants for Cooperatives, for over 30 years. And so I have a kind of a solid idea of what the cooperative business is all about. I've completed the NRECA certification as a credentialed cooperative director, board leadership certificate as the director of gold program. These courses, besides being an active director of the board, have completed most of my education in the conversion from ag cooperatives to electric cooperatives. So there's a lot to learn between the two, but I think I've done a good job. I'm currently the board treasurer and have held this position for several years, and I'm currently the audit committee chair.
Thank you. Brian, you're up next.
I've had extensive experience in the electrical utility industry, specifically in wildfire mitigation, safety culture, and risk management. Having worked with major utilities like PG&E, SDG&E, I have led critical initiatives to strengthen infrastructure, reduce wildfire risks, and implement safety measures to protect both communities and the grid. I understand the challenges utilities face when it takes to maintain reliable, resilient, and cost-effective power delivery. Beyond my utility background, I serve as president of the board of directors for the North Range District 1, where I have been a strong advocate for financial responsibility, fair taxation, and transparent governance. Within this role, I work to protect the interests of residents, ensuring the tax dollars are managed wisely and their voices are heard. Additionally, I contribute to local policymaking as a member of the Commerce City Planning Commission, making decisions for that support smart growth and community development. These leadership roles have given me a deep understanding of governance, financial oversight, and stakeholder engagement, critical skills for serving for the United Power Board. I know how to balance long-term infrastructure investments with affordability, and I'm committed to making sure United Power remains transparent, accountable, and innovative. I'm running to bring proven leadership, industry experience, and a commitment to smart energy solutions to this board. I would be honored to earn your support and help guide United Power towards a stronger, more independent energy future.
Thank you. Ursula, now it's your turn.
Now it's me.
Now it's your turn.
My experience with United Power spans many years, and I've worked in various capacities to ensure we remain financially responsible and productive in our approach to both current and future energy needs. I've served on numerous committees, including the Audit Committee, and have had the honor of representing United Power at several national and regional organizations. This has helped me gain a comprehensive understanding of the broader energy landscape and the challenges ahead, and how we can innovate while remaining true to our mission.
Thank you. Thank you all, candidates. Now, question 2. So for this question, we will start with Ryan at the end. Question 2 asks, what do you see as your role and responsibilities as a United Power Board director?
As United Power Board Director, my primary responsibility is to serve you, the members, ensuring that our cooperative delivers safe, reliable, and cost-effective energy while preparing for the future. This means making smart, strategic decisions that keep rates fair, strengthening our grid, and position United Power for long-term success. To accomplish this, I will focus on 3 key areas: advocating for members. The board exists to represent you. That means ensuring transparency in decision-making, fair and stable rates, and open communication, so that every member has a voice in our cooperative's future. Providing strategic leadership. The energy landscape is evolving quickly with regulatory shifts, new energy storage technologies, and increasing reliability standards. As a director, I would work hard to ensure United Power stays ahead of these challenges while maintaining financial strength and independence. Finally, overseeing safety and infrastructure investments. Having worked with wildfire mitigation and safety culture, I know how critical it is to have a resilient and secure grid. I will support smart investments in infrastructure that prevent outages, reduce fire risks, and improve overall grid security. At the end of the day, it is my job to work collectively with our fellow board members, United Power leadership, and most importantly you, the members, to ensure that our cooperative remains strong, reliable, and affordable. I look forward to bringing my experience to the board and to work on your behalf in securing a future brighter energy future.
Thank you. Ursula?
This is actually my longest answer of all of these because I believe it's really important. As a director, there are policies and bylaws that outline a director's responsibility and code of conduct. Directors' roles are to ensure the cooperative remains financially sound and responsive to the needs of its members. I am committed to transparency, listening to our members' concerns, and making decisions that focus on the collective good. This means overseeing strategic initiatives, ensuring adherence to policy, and fostering a culture of integrity and accountability. In fulfilling my responsibilities, I will continue to regularly attend meetings, prepare thoroughly for discussions, and ensure compliance with all laws and regulations. I take my fiduciary responsibilities seriously and will act with integrity and always prioritize the best interests of United Power and its member owners. This includes maintaining confidentiality, acting in good faith, and upholding the cooperative's vision and values. I'm also dedicated to promoting open communication within the cooperative. Operating within a framework of United Power's Code of Conduct, I will ensure that my actions reflect professionalism, respect, and commitment to the success of the United Power. My ultimate goal is to represent the interests of all member owners and to contribute to a trusted cooperative for the years to come.
Keith, you're next.
Thank you. Boy talked about governance being a major role and responsibility, and like the person was referring to already, these are in the bylaws and corporate policies. My responsibility, you and your interests, all decisions made. Things are brought up, we have to make. It's a big deal for us. The board is the governing body for deciding rates on the public utility. Since we are a cooperative elected by officials, elected by our members, and not an investor-owned utility, it's different. To accomplish, one of the other responsibilities is to accomplish serious strategic planning, to be ready for future issues whenever possible. We're getting ready to have a strategic planning session, and that's one of the big things we go through every year. So what's the future look like? What do we have to prepare for? And with everything changing, it's a pretty big deal. And I like to throw in that we recognize the basic needs of civilization itself, as we know what are shelter, food, water, and electricity.
Thank you, Keith. One final prepared question this evening. What 2 or 3 accomplishments would you like to achieve during your tenure on the United Power Board? Ursula, you're up.
Thank you. First of all, there really isn't a time. We work as a team. Some of the things I believe the board strive to continue to prioritize are reliability and innovation. The board should continue to maximize our existing generation sources while exploring new technologies. This will ensure we're prepared for energy needs in the future. Financial responsibility is number 2. We should ensure that United Power remains financially healthy while maintaining an affordable and reliable service. And third is concern for the community. Concern for the community is one of the cooperative principles, and I believe our cooperative success is rooted in the community in which it serves and building upon those relationships.
Thank you. Keith, same question.
When you think about accomplishments, sometimes it's hard to decide what is truly a board accomplishment, because most everything done is done by staff. And we're either approving, holding on with their recommendations or anything else. So as we look at the accomplishments, you have to look at it a little bit different way. One of the things I'd like to see really accomplished more is more self-generation capabilities. Now that we're free from Tri-State, we can do some of these things that we couldn't do before. And having some more self-generation just seems like something that we should do for reliability and sustainability. Some of the other things are just ones I'd like to continue that we do. We want to continue to have strong focus on safety for our employees, our members, and our communities. To me, it's one of the top things we do. We have to watch out for safety. The other thing is to keep the ability to act fast on strategic issues and opportunities. Whenever they come up, I think that we do a really good job as a board on trying to act fast on things that are true opportunities that are going to help us now and maybe in the future, not right away, so that we can be there when those issues really come up. So I think it's something that we can do fast. And finally, to keep United Power nationally respected and progressive electric distribution.
Thank you. And finally, Brian.
I do echo what people say. It's not an I, there's a we on your board. Couldn't agree with that more. But if elected, I would like to focus on 3 key priorities to strengthen United Power and deliver real benefits to our members. Strengthening grid resiliency and safety. United Power must be a leader in wildfire mitigation, infrastructure hardening, and emergency preparedness. With my background in utility safety and risk management, I would advocate for smart investments in undergrounding, fire-resistant materials, and enhanced vegetation management to protect our grid and our communities. He said here, expanding energy independence and innovation. United Power has made progress towards greater energy independence. We need to go further. I want to accelerate local energy generation, expand battery storage solutions, and explore microgrid technologies that will improve reliability, reduce costs, and put more control in the hands of our members. Finally, I'd like to enhance member engagement and rate transparency. As a cooperative, United Power belongs to its members, not outside investors. So therefore, I would push for clear communication about rate structures, future projects, and board decisions, so that every member feels informed, engaged, and confident in the direction that our power provider. My goal is to make United Power stronger, more resilient, and better positioned for the future. All while keeping members first. I sincerely hope to bring my experience and leadership forward and help achieve these critical goals.
Candidates, thank you all for your thoughtful responses. This is the time in which we will now take 1 or 2 questions from the floor. As you walked in, you should have seen little cards. If you had a question, hopefully you grabbed one of those cards. We have plenty of pens as well, so that you can write out your question on the comment card. If you did not grab one and you thought of a wonderful question that you'd love to ask, please raise your hand and we'll make sure that we distribute those cards to you. So they may be picked up here in just a second. And as this happens, of course, I have a little commercial, a little bit more information to share with you guys. I think this might take a minute or 2. So I'm going to fill some time, okay? We're going to talk to you a little bit more about the election. As a reminder, ballots will be mailed tomorrow, Friday, March 14th. You may complete and send back your ballot via mail, or you can vote via our electronic portal by logging into your United Power account, either online or by using the United Power app. Electronic voting also opens tomorrow. Balloting online closes at 11:59 a.m. on Tuesday, April 15th, and mail ballots must be received by that same time. If you miss that deadline, never fear, don't worry. You can join us and cast your vote your ballot in person just prior to the start of our annual meeting, which will be held at the Waymar Dome at the Adams County Regional Park on April the 16th. Annual meeting registration opens at 4:30 that afternoon, and when you register, you may then cast your ballot until the balloting closes at the start of our meeting, which is 6:30 that evening. See, do we have any questions from the floor? Or do I need to fill some time? Okay, let's see. Okay, for those of you asking your questions, please remember that questions posed must be directed to all United Power director candidates. Each candidate will have an opportunity to answer those questions. They will once again have 2 minutes to answer. The lovely Rachel will keep your time again to keep us on task. If you have a question for cooperative staff, so a question that's more appropriate for a staff member to answer versus one of our candidates to open or to answer, just be sure to include your contact information on those contact cards, or comment cards rather, and we will be happy to assist. We will make sure that we have a timely response early next week. We'll get back in contact with you. Did I kill enough time yet? Do we have at least one question we can start with? Let's review that question real quick. I didn't prepare enough fluff. Okay, well, I'm going to do a good joke. Okay, Mr. Dale, you got any questions, sir? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. What are we starting with? Keith, we're going to start with you, sir. You get this first question. Can you speak to the diversity of our energy plan? Solar, wind, oil and gas, etc.
Well, I guess, my opinion and what we're doing is exactly what we need to be doing, is being diversified in what we use. And since we still have some coal that's being supplied from different suppliers. We have a number of different contracts and suppliers for energy, and some of them are solar, some of them are wind. We can self-generate some of our own electricity off of natural gas. So I think our openness to diversity and realizing that it is definitely something that we need to do, beyond question.
Thank you. Ryan, your turn.
So he says here, Mark last week discussed some of the current options and where we're going with that. I do think that being diversified and looking at the best options for what works for what we have, where we can go, makes most sense. I'm not opposed to any of the ones that are listed. And I think the more we diversify, the better our chances are of getting the best rate and also increasing our reliability and stability of the overall market.
Thank you. Ursula?
Here at United Power, we have embraced the all-of-the-above approach. We have just about every source of power you can ask for, even including we're looking at some geothermal projects that we helped do a grant for to see if they can work in our territory. So we've got, like I said, everything up from from hydro to coal to natural gas, solar, wind, and battery. We have over 100 megawatts of battery, which is the largest in the state. We are the largest with 4 megawatts, and then we upped ourselves, and now we're at 100 megawatts of batteries. And the batteries help. We can charge those at night when wind power is cheap coming from Kansas. We use those during the day to shave heat. So we have, we've really done a really good job of making sure that we're healthy and that we have enough, natural gas. So when the wind's not blowing and the sun's not shining, we have something to keep us so we don't run into what happened in Storm Uri. So, I'm very proud of what we've done so far.
Thank you, Ursula. Do we have a second question? Dale? Okay, right. All right. So this question, we're going to start with Ryan. Lay that down. Are you familiar with, does it have an intro information? Maybe I should just read the whole thing. So bear with me. If you need me to repeat something, let me know. The Congressional EMP Task Force issued a report approximately 20 years ago. That report outlined a catastrophic EMP scenario that estimated a mortality rate in the U.S. of 90%. Yes, 90%. None of the mitigation measures from that report have been implemented. Are you familiar with this report, and what do you think you as a board member should do about it? Yeah, we should Google it.
I'm gonna need to. I actually will. I apologize, I'm not familiar with that report. I will look at it after this meeting to see what it's about. And it is important that we follow through. EMP is a very real problem that can happen. I can't say I have a lot to add to it at the moment. I don't have much information, but I will look into it and see what I can find out.
Thank you. Ursula.
Well, I almost feel like this is a question for staff commissioners than it is for the board. So with that being said, we have hardened the grid to the best of our ability. Unlike other co-ops in our territory, in our state, we've replaced a lot of our wires that went out. We buried the ones we could. We covered it with the coax cable. We're always upgrading our transformers as needed. I would say that for any event of any kind, we are very eager to possibly do for those events. And I think when you start talking about EMPs, that could be something that's caused by a meteor. If there's a meteor that's strong enough to cause that, we have other things that we need to worry about. If the EMP is something because the poles are changing, they switch polarity, the whole world has to compensate what we're doing. And if you're talking about then we'll use a terror attack once again, we probably have to do things that we should be probably worrying about here.
One, I'm somewhat familiar with EMPs and different reading on the subject over the years. And know that we have done gas hardening system. There's different varying degrees of opinion on how an EMP would affect us, how it would affect the electric grid. So I'm not an expert on exactly what they're investigating at this point in time. All I know is it's usually effective. Depends on the intensity of the EMP, and maybe what type it is. So that's not all I know.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, I invite our candidates to share their closing remarks. Candidates can have 2 minutes for your final statements, and we are going to start with Ursula.
Thank you. Together, we've made great strides, but there's still work to do. Looking ahead, I'm honored to continue serving you as one of your representatives. I commit to United Power and its member owners for me and promise to keep working with integrity, fairness, and accountability to help shape a more vibrant co-op for in our future. Thank you for your trust, your support, and your commitment to this cooperative. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I look forward to seeing you all at the annual meeting and hearing from you and the opportunity to continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Ursula. Keith?
It's my honor to serve you as a director, past and hopefully in the future. And my commitment is to represent each and every one of you and businesses and communities within all our trade territories. It's not just that I'm in the central district. It doesn't mean that I'm just representing the central district. It means I represent everybody from all the different districts. So my commitment is to make sure that I represent each and every one of you in our districts.
Thank you. And finally, Ryan.
Thank you all for being here tonight. Taking an active role in some important election. Your engagement is what makes our cooperative strong. I truly appreciate the opportunity to share my vision. United Power is a turning point. This opportunities to enhance reliability, expand power innovation, strengthen our future. These opportunities require leadership that extends both the challenges of today and the possibilities of tomorrow. I'm running for the board because I believe my experience in wildfire mitigations, safety culture, and strategic energy planning can bring real value to United Power. We are working to protect communities, improve grid resilience, and ensure energy reliability. And I want to bring that experience to serve you. As your board representative, I will focus on keeping power reliable and affordable by supporting smart infrastructure investments that enhance safety, outages, and control costs. I also like to strengthen United Power's energy independence by advocating for mobile energy generation, battery storage, and forward-thinking solutions that protect members from market volatility. I'm finally being transparent and engaged advocate for you, because this is your cooperative and you deserve clear communication, fair rates, and leadership that listens. My goal is simple: to make United Power stronger, safer, better position for the future. King Rivers First. This election is about the future of our cooperative, and your vote matters. I'd be honored to earn your support and serve as representative on United Power Board of Directors. Thank you.
Thank you all. This concludes our Meet Candidates event. Thank you to this year's candidates for your participation tonight. And thank you to those who took the time to learn a little bit more about our 2025 director candidates. We hope to see all of you at our annual meeting on April 16th. Please visit our website at www.unitedpower.com/annual meeting. Yeah, sorry guys. But please visit our website for information on this very important network event. Thank you, good night, and take care.
Thank you.